Mr. Thomas, back with another review on another favorite Jet Li film of mine, which I put in my top 5 of personal Jet Li films that I like. And this is his 2005 film Unleashed, also known as Danny the Dog in France. Of course, it's starring my man Jet Li as the main character himself, along with Morgan Freeman as a blind piano man by the name of Sam, the antagonist of the film played by the late Bob Hoskins, who plays Bart, and Carrie Condon, who plays as Victoria, who is Sam's stepdaughter. Now, this movie was directed by Louise Leterrier, hope I said that right, with fight choreography again by the legendary Yuen Wu Ping. But this film was a bit different from Lee's other films. Now, Lee is always portrayed as this one man army butt kicking machine. But this film also brings and allows him to show his vulnerability as a man, someone with feelings. Of course, in this film, he's played as an enforcer for Bart, who is a loan shark, who has a collar on him to play psychological games with him and, be abusive towards Danny. He becomes this timid, childlike person. But once that collar is removed and he says attack or whatever word that he used, Danny becomes this vicious butt kicking machine. But once he meets Sam and his stepdaughter Victoria, Danny starts to see what it feels like to be loved and know what it is to be treated like a human once in his life. And that's one of the things I like about this film is that it shows that you could be a tough guy, but it also shows that at the end of the day, you're still a man, you're still a human being. But also in this film, Danny wants to find out more about himself and also what happened to his mom as well. And of course, he goes to Bart seeking answers later on in the film. I mean, again, this is just way different from what we're used to seeing Jet Li doing, where he's just being the strong, silent type, just thrashing people that deserve to be thrashed, or being in his own element, just being that butt kicker that he is on film. But this, I just love the film so much to where it's, wow, a human element to show that, hey, he's not so one-dimensional and not being stuck in this category of just being stereotyped as this quiet, short dude that doesn't express any emotion. I mean, he makes the fights and beating up people in this film look awesome as always. And also, we gotta give it up to Morgan Freeman. Dude is basically flawless in anything that he's in. Shoot, to be honest with you, I'm surprised he didn't even narrate this film. Would have been something that would have been pretty much wall breaking. But hey, Morgan Freeman is a GOAT. And let's not forget about the late Bob Hoskins as Bart. I ain't gonna lie to you. Growing up, I seen this man in the Super Mario Brothers film, which was, I also saw him as Smee in the live action Captain Hook movie, which showed Peter Pan being grown. And he was also the guy that helped Roger Rabbit solve as the reason why he was being framed. But in this film, I really wanted Bart to just get beat up and skull dragged the way how he treated poor Danny. And speaking of Danny having that dog-like mentality, even though he found a family, just like a dog, he was loyal and protective of his new family and wasn't going to let anybody harm them. And also Carrie Condon as Victoria, well, she did a good job too in this film because she connected with Danny. Once she took that call off of him, she was like, hey, it's okay for you to be you. And FYI, she also voices the AI Friday in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But overall, love this film, love it. Can't stop saying enough about it. The fight scenes don't disappoint. They are brutal and spectacular. And the grounded fights, nothing fancy. Might have been some wire work here and there. It is what it is. But after watching this film, and you get to the end of it, it's a big payoff for Danny as he finally finds peace and a family he's been longing for. And as I said before at the beginning of this video, this film is definitely in my top 5 of favorite Jet Li films of all time. So hey, just did a little quick review on one of my favorite films. If you haven't seen it, see it. And I will see you on the next one.